Hey, I'm Splashes, and welcome to Minecraft Maniacs 29. And today, we are starting out flying over the shopping district, because I've gone ahead and done a little bit of work. I've gone ahead and cleared out all of these birch trees, about a shulker box where it's full. There's still a lot more left to clear, because the shopping district continues all the way over here, and then it continues over here on this side. Get some more rockets. All the way over to here, so it's this entire birch forest biome. So, it's a really big amount of space, and we have a bunch of shops, but they're all stuffed into this teeny tiny little area with hardly any space between them. It's like, we have so much room! Why is everyone squishing themselves up here? And I think a lot of it is just because it's all covered by these trees, so people want to build in the open area. So I'm hoping this will encourage people to build more shops, and more importantly, build shops further away and sort of expand things out. And we'll probably go ahead and stick a couple nether portals down in various spots, so that way we have plenty of ways to get back into the nether and out of the nether, even though I mostly fly back and forth. But anyway, let's fly on back to the base, because I've been working there as well. And we've gone ahead and hooked up the cactus farm to the XP generator. So if we, drop down here. I've also gone ahead and changed out some of these things for bones and put up walls here, so now it's a lot more uniform. But here's eventually where all of our green dye will come to. And then up here, we have ourselves an array of furnaces, and we can actually see that this thing's already actually completely filled up, so any new cactus that's being generated is just being dumped right into there. We don't have it hooked up to a fuel source yet, but once we do, we'll build a bamboo zero-tick farm over here and connect it up to this guy and make it so that this will have plenty of fuel for us, and whenever it winds up getting, or whenever all these things are filled, then it will go ahead and shut off the fuel source, and hopefully that'll help. It'll let us fix all of our tools here, which will be really nice, but also it should make it nice and easy to get lots and lots of dye, so I'm hoping that'll work well. Also, remember how the zero-tick farm broke for our sugarcane? Well, I figured out why. So, we use paper here, and we've gone ahead and at one point, paper just threw in a random update that none of us had any idea about. Now, apparently in this update, paper decided to fix zero-tick farms. Fortunately, in the paper.yml file, there's a line where it says, fix zero-tick farms, true or false. So I just had to change it from true to false, and now the zero-tick farm should work again. Though, I suppose it doesn't matter too much. It'll only matter for the bamboo, stuff to actually power the furnace arrays. Because over here, we don't have a zero-tick farm, and over in the cactus, we don't use zero-ticks either. So, the only place it's really going to matter is for that bamboo stuff. But the big thing I want to do today is we're going to go ahead and make ourselves a super smelter. Because I could really use a super smelter. There's just a lot of stuff that we want to cook at various points, and whoopsie, ow, I'm making it worse for myself. Ow. Didn't die. But we're going to go ahead and build the super smelter in here. And this super smelter will have 80 furnaces, and it will fill up basically this entire length here. And I considered if I should use blast furnaces instead of normal furnaces, because for most of the stuff we're going to be cooking, we might as well just use the blast furnaces. It's faster. But it takes a while for the chest to fill up and for the stuff to move back and forth. That one complete journey takes 18 seconds. So it's not like we're really losing a lot of time with just normal furnaces, since 2 items should be deposited each time. So it's 20 seconds versus 18 seconds, that really isn't that much loss. Oops, I am out of food, because I am running around and bouncing. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And I think with that we can go ahead and erect the walls around here too, because we will definitely need those. And maybe we can erect the wall over here too, so all these outer walls will be up, and that'll be really awesome. But with that, let's jump into our first hyperspeed build mode. And end of hyperspeed build mode. And we have made ourselves a super smelter. And this thing is massive, and that took so much time. It has 80 furnaces in it, and will smelt around, I think it was around 36,000 items an hour, which is crazy. And it looks like we're actually getting some spillage here from the bamboo farm, which is a little annoying. But that's not that bad, all things considered. Let me just go ahead and drop this in somewhere. Just... So, this is our main super smelter now. So, in order to run this thing, we basically have stuff. We put stuff into this chest, and then this chest fills up 2 hopper minecarts back here. And then we have it timed, so it will spit out exactly 80 items. Actually, normally around 79, but we can't get it to time to 80. And I suppose 79 will be fine, since it'll probably only be able to drop 1 item in the furthest hopper anyway. So then this guy will come out here, and will run up around here, run up and around there, and then go down and back. And this guy will come around, flip through here, and you'll actually be able to see it pop through underneath here, which I think is kind of a really cool feature. So that'll distribute all the items, which then get stuck into all of these furnaces, and then those are pulled out of all the furnaces once they finish cooking, and then they are sent down into a dropper, which is at every 4th furnace. Now, in order to make it so that these droppers could spit the items out, we made ourselves... That didn't work. Come on, take 2. Take 3. I don't want to stand there. Wait, what am I inside of? How did I get in here? Okay, well, here you can see the redstone much more up close and personal, and, you know, I'm not sure I can actually get out of here. Let me... No, let me out! Let me out! Okay, there we go. Take 4. Or 5. Okay, and... How? Why? Um... Well, anyway, I'm sure you've wondered why we gathered you here today, because this is a lovely space to just hang out and be trapped that I can't get out. So we'll just continue the conversation here for a little bit until Jojo brings us some ender pearls. Uh, who Barry has pointed out is basically my own personal Grian, because he goes around and presses buttons and flicks note blocks, which is my main source of, which is basically how I use buttons, are just note blocks with lots of flip flops. Okay, there we go. We've escaped. Okay, so the minecart, when it comes out and comes back, will run over a detector rail, and that gets sent into this massive delay circuit. And this was the easiest way I could figure out to make a nice delay. I tried using a clock, and I couldn't get that to work because I needed to have a certain pulse length and the delay at the same time, and the clock really didn't let me do that. So this lets me delay it for roughly 10 seconds, which gives it enough time for the stuff at the very end to cook before getting sent off. I can't spell, which isn't great. So this gives roughly a 10-second delay, and then it runs into this comparator clock, which then slowly decays, and it takes about 3 seconds, 3.6 seconds, 3.7 seconds. This fires out, or which pushes this guy out, and holds it there for a little bit, so that this can flick back and forth for 16 cycles, which then lights up this redstone dust. And I probably could have used just another note block system rather than this redstone dust, and that might cause a little bit less lag. Oh no, the phantoms are back. Fortunately, I cannot get back here. Or can't get out of here. Or they can't get down here. I can get out of here this time. So they'll come down here, and that will reach this observer, which then we have an observer and note block chain, which just goes all the way down to fire out all the dispensers one by one, or droppers one by one. So the last big thing we have is our this massive annoying little thing. So let's actually jump away from it for now, because it's pretty loud. So this is our 0-tick bamboo farm. This thing will produce about 80,000 items per hour, and it is based on one of El Mango's designs, but we had to cut it slightly short so it would actually fit, and then double it up. We couldn't find a way that we could actually fit the full thing in here, which is kind of disappointing. Especially because this system will need 144,000 items or bamboo per hour at continuous operation. So we really can't operate it continuously. And every once in a while these things will get shot way out here, and it's really kind of cool, actually. Annoying, but cool. And so this is just a 0-tick farm that's very, very noisy, but is very, very nicely timed. So to power this thing on and off, down here we have... So on the other side, yep, you can see down there are hoppers. So once this hopper is fully filled up, it will light up this comparator, because this comparator will have the same signal strength as this guy. And so that will fire this guy to light up. And once this guy lights up, this will go ahead and sends a hopper note block chain, which then basically just acts as a flip-flop. And that turns the whole thing off, because over here... Oh geez, ow, ow, ow. My face hurts. My face hurts a lot now. Because over here, we have ourselves a little... Um, so this thing runs into this guy here, which just puts out a little 1-tick pulse, and that makes us a nice little flip-flop here that we can just shove this guy in and power it with an observer clock, and then once it's full, it will flick itself back off. And I've been using these things a lot, and they're wonderful. They're so much smaller than a normal redstone signal. They're a lot prettier looking, I think. So I kind of like them. And then we have this guy that runs into here, and on the other side of this block, we have a redstone lamp to tell us when the thing is full, because I love having farms that tell you when things are ready or things are running. So, obviously, right now it is not full up yet, though it is actually at the point that some of these things are starting to fill up. So, hopefully, shortly, this entire system should turn off. So, I'm going to... Let me just toss this. Jeez, this is actually basically full. Okay, I'm gonna fly over here. Come on, go. I still haven't made the bamboo farm for over here yet. I guess we'll have to do that next. At least I've already made one bamboo farm, and they aren't that hard to make. So let me just grab all the cactus. Just grab all of the cactus, because we're going to need a lot of cyan dye for our project for next week, which will be the Reuben James. Now we'll drop down here. And now let's bounce on all the way back over here. Joe says it's maxed out, so let's see if the system has turned off. Oh yeah, it turned off. That's what I love to see. That's great. I'm so happy about it working. So now we can go ahead and test this guy out to... We'll just leave the blocks off. I really need to get that resource pack that makes it so the pistons and stuff are quieter, because they're just so loud. So this will be my first time actually testing this thing, so let's hope it works. This is a big load to test on. So that got sent off. And they're going down. Oh man, this is so cool. So there were some teething problems with this super smelter. There were a couple of these hoppers that were facing the wrong direction. So some things weren't getting supplied correctly with fuel. Bedford. Second thing we did is we've gone ahead and changed up this stuff down here. So the thing I had before doesn't actually work, because the minecart takes 17 seconds to load up and go back and forth. So the only problem with that is it drops off 2 items. Now even back to back, those 2 items take 20 seconds to smelt. So if you're doing a full double chest worth of items, it's going to add about 20 extra passes, which is going to be about an extra minute of time, and that system wasn't able to account for that. So we've gone ahead and designed this new system. We can't pull a comparator signal from the dispenser, but we can pull it from the hopper. And if we pull it from the hopper, we know what's going to go into the dispenser almost immediately. So we have this little system on both sides, which goes ahead and reads when the hopper has something in it. It flicks off, and then it goes into this comparator clock, which then decays for around 3 seconds. And then this just goes right back into the same double line we had before, and now this lets everything come out super fast and easy. And that way we don't have to worry about any timing or how long it's actually going to take. So that should be really awesome. And that 3 seconds should give us more than enough time for everything else to come out, though if in the event that it doesn't, we can go ahead and just add some more comparator clock, or some more comparators to lengthen the clock. But we want to try and reduce the amount of time that the thing's making the annoying clicking. The last thing is that over here, when this minecart was coming around, it was actually depositing items in this hopper right here. So what we've gone ahead and done is we've turned this hopper, out into that hopper out there, and then have it come back around, so we have a solid block here. So when this thing comes around the corner, it shouldn't deposit any cactus in there. And that's where the missing cactus was. But despite all these teething problems, I'm really happy with the Super Smelter, and I can't wait to get using it. And I think it's going to be super awesome. And we have some fun things planned coming soon. Next episode, we have the Reuben James that we'll be building, as well as we're going to go ahead and add in all of the arches here. I was going to try and do that this week, but I am just too tired and sore and out of time. Ooh, let's fly through this thing. No, fly! So with that, I've been Splashes. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye!